Hey, what's up, Wolfpack? Coach D coming at you. We're going to be doing a little boxing 101 today. This is the basics of boxing to get you started. But before we get started, let me say to you guys, it's a pleasure to be back in front of you. Um, Unfortunately, with the circumstances we all are living in at this particular time, we know we have to make the best of what we have. So, again, stay healthy, stay strong, stay busy. Continue to do the right thing by doing your social distancing and wearing your mask and gloves when at all possible. Just be safe. Also, again, as you know, the healthier you are, the better you are to protect yourself from any kind of illness or this flu that they have going on. So let's stay healthy, stay fit, and just do the best you can. We're going to start with a little warm up. We're going to do a little footwork. We're going to be doing some punches, a few little drills, some defense, some combos. Again, we're going to take it slow. We're going to start with just the basics, and we're going to work our way through this as each video that we produce. I'm going to add on just a little bit all the time. So you can work at your own pace. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can start adding on things such as maybe some hand weights and some other tools as well. But for now, this is all going to be basically just body weight orientated, nothing in my hands to start with, and just going through some basics. So that being said, let's get you started. We're going to start with some basic warm up here. This is called a pendulum step. What I'm going to do is widen my stance. It's outside my shoulders. Let my arms just relax a little bit. And all I'm going to do is just like a pendulum, just go side to side. Okay, so side to side, just on the balls of my feet. Let your arms relax. And I want you to feel like you're just nice and loose. Everything just flow. Good. And in the background, you might hear a little bell going off. That's not the one in your head. That's the one I have over here on my phone. It's a little app. It's a hit program. There's many out there. You can go ahead and get online, grab you an app, set up a little timer for you so you can keep track and time of the drills. Okay, let's keep going. We're going to finish this out through the next 30 seconds. So when you hear that next bell, we'll be done with this part. But we're going to add on. Just keep it up. Good. Few seconds. Nicely done. Let's keep our footwork going, but what we're going to do, we're going to add some arms to that. Get a little upper body. Good. Just keep it going nice and light. Nice and easy. No rush. Just kind of chilling right now. Perfect. And shake that out. Again, nice and loose. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. Let's start with these joints. And knees are first. 10 knee bends. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. You're going to go ahead and widen your stance. We're going to go to your torso. Bring your hands up, and we're just going to do a little rotation here. And again, just a nice, easy twist. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to keep your abs nice and tight. Think about keeping core and everything stable in this nice little twist. Get it nice and loose. Good. Let's keep it going. Again, we'll go through the next bell. Give me another 30 seconds. Now, for those of you guys who haven't boxed before, again, take your time. It is no rush. We're going to go through all the basics to start with. So just pick up and do what you can as you go. Nice. Bring your arms out shoulder width, or shoulder height, I should say. Small circles forward. And we're going to reverse that, small circles back. Nicely done. And again, shake those arms out, bring them across your chest. Again, nice and relaxed and loose. Nice blood flow. Those muscles nice and loose and pliable. And one more time, shake them out. Let's work way up to the neck. You're gonna go side, just give me a little hold there, a little static stretch. And you wanna hold your stretches about 15 seconds. And go the other side. Good, back to the center. We're going to make little half circles here with this and that. Nice and relaxed. And a couple more times. Last one. Good. And we're going to go back to another stretch. I want you to bring your palms together in front of you. Roll your shoulders forward, press and squeeze. I want you to feel the back of your arms, your triceps, your shoulders and delts, and your upper back and your rhomboid trapezius area. So again, big squeeze, big hold. And I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to interlace my fingers, press down, and then lift up. Now we're working the front part of your shoulders and chest. And go ahead and shake that out. We're going to do a little stretch for your legs just as well. Go ahead and step back. You're going to put your weight on your back leg, raise your front toe up, and just grab your toe. We're working your glutes, piriformis, hamstring muscles. And if you pull a little bit more in that toe, you'll get a nice little calf stretch as you do this as well. And go ahead and switch sides. Nice, go ahead and stand up. And finally, one more stretch for our quadriceps. You're gonna grab an ankle, knees pointed down to the floor, keep your shoulders square, and just give me a nice little pull. Good, shake that out. And go ahead and grab the other side. And again, knees down, shoulders are square. And shake those legs out one more time. Cool. All right, y'all. So let's get started with the basics. First, we need to determine if we're north or southpaw fighter, meaning that you're going to either set up left side forward or right side forward. Again, based upon if you're left-handed or right-handed. If you are a right-handed fighter, which most of us are, we're going to start with a left lead, okay? I want you to split yourself right down the middle. Notice my feet are shoulder width apart. I'm going to step with my lead leg, since I'm a right-handed fighter, which is going to be my left leg. I'm going to step directly at 12 o'clock. Remember, I split myself right down the middle. We'll call that your midline or your center line. So I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to step right on that center or that midline. Now notice, my trail leg now, or my back leg, is on the outside of my lead leg. This is very important, okay? Also notice, I'll turn to the side, that my feet are outside my shoulders. I don't have a narrow stance. I'm not standing straight up. It'd be very difficult to move in this fashion. Plus, you leave yourself open. Nor am I extremely wide and rooted into the ground. Again, I'd be very vulnerable. It's very difficult to move this way. So I had to find a happy medium. I want my feet approximately about shoulder width apart, that's comfortable, or just outside the shoulders. And I want to be able to just relax and have those knees slightly flex. Notice also I'm on the back of the ball of my foot. I have my heel up, okay? So what that's going to enable me to do is to be a little bit more mobile. So I'm not going to just be flat-footed. Now, it's okay to be flat-footed at times, especially if you go in there and throwing power shots. You don't have to have as much mobility because you're in the midst of, digging hard and you're throwing power shots. But if I want to be able to move a little bit, like Muhammad Ali says, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, you got to have some footwork to be able to do that and to be able to get out of the way or to set up different positions. So again, footwork is very critical, it's very important. So once you set up, if you start here, feet outside the shoulders, again, midline, lead leg. Now you can see my trail legs on the outside of my lead leg. So if you look at it in reference to a clock, not digital, my lead leg is at 12, my trail leg is at 5, okay? So it's not directly behind at 6. It's just slightly to the side of it, okay? Very important. And remember, feet outside the shoulders. Let's move on. Notice I have a little flex in my knees, so I'm not straight-legged. Very difficult in any sport. And by the way, a lot of athletes train in boxing and kickboxing, MMA, and carry that over to their current sport because of all the different facets of boxing. They call it the sweet science for a reason. I tell you, once you start to experience it, you see how many different elements it has and how you can actually utilize that for any sport. So, very important. So once you've established your base or your legs, now we're going to move up just a little bit. So what I'm going to have you do also as well is just to bend slightly from the waist. Again, I don't want my torso, even though my knees are bent, I don't want to be standing straight up from the waist. I want to have a little forward tilt from the torso. And again, we don't want to be over extreme, but just slight. So if you just think about pushing your butt back slightly and just a little bit of forward tilt. And again, I'll turn to the side so you can see that I'm not just straight up and down. I'm kind of forward tilt, okay, just slightly. From that position, from the forward tilt, I'm going to bring my hands up. Notice my elbows are in and relaxed, okay? So I'm not holding them real tight, nor am I doing the peekaboo style. I mean, everybody has their style. I mean, you might see Mike Tyson do that, but again, if you don't have good head movement, I would tell you be really careful. Again, so we're just going to go nice and basic. So keep those elbows in just right off your rib cage, okay? Hands are up, obviously. One of the first rules they're going to tell you is protect yourself at all times. So obviously, if my hands are down, not very well protected, okay? Now, sometimes you might see fighters, they'll drop that lead arm, but again, if you're not experienced, better to keep them up and not let that arm fall. Because remember the first rule, protect yourself at all times. So once we have those hands up, elbows are in and down, not flared out. Again, protect that body. You can do a lot of damage there. So we want to be able to keep those elbows in so we can pick those punches off if they're low. Or also, when you're like this and you punch, you notice that I'm leading with my pinky and I telegraph my shots. You can see the elbows moving. We want to keep those elbows down and in, and everything is just going to fire right from there, okay? So now once we have that established, hands are up. Now we're going to drop that chin down, all right? So hands up, chins down. So now we're looking up through our eyelids, and we're not here to present a big target. So again, chins are down. I'm going to have you do one more thing here. I want you to kind of roll those shoulders forward and then just let them relax. What that does, I don't want my shoulders back and down. So I want to kind of lift my shoulders up, and then I'm just going to let them relax. That just brings my chin a little closer to my shoulders as well, or vice versa, shoulders close to the chin. Because when someone throws a punch, now I can use my shoulders to kind of pick those punches off, versus if my shoulders are down, it tends to want to also bring my hands down as well, which exposes my face. Remember that first rule, protect yourself at all times. So now that we have that established, basically, this is your basic fighting stance. So where you're gonna set up in your position here. So again, feet outside the shoulders, elbows in and down, hands up, chins down. Okay, very important. All right, so look at yourself, get a mirror. That'll be a nice help aid for you. Okay, if you can't see yourself, get a mirror. That way you can reflect off of that and watch your posture, okay, and watch your movement. So now that we have that established, this is your on guard basic position for a right-handed fighter. It is just the opposite for a left-handed fighter. Everything I just mentioned, just turn it around, okay? And now I'm set up for a southpaw. Remember, southpaw, right side is forward, all right? So now let's go back to your setup, whichever one it is. If it's north or south, determine that. Hands are up, chins are down. Let's go through some basics with footwork. Footwork is huge. If you cannot move your feet, or if you can't make a stand, you cannot go into battle. So it's important that you understand how your feet move in relationship to how you get in, how you get out, how you move, offense, defense. There's so many different elements and all those things, but it's going to start with your feet. So let's make sure that we are moving our feet to the best of our ability. Now, some things are rules. Some things are laws, and we know we can't break laws. We can bend the rules a little bit. So when I'm talking to you and letting you know some of these things about footwork, there are things that some fighters do, and it works. And I'll go through that as we go. Right now, we're going to move forward, or forward motion. So what we're going to use is a forward step. We're going to use the front leg to start our movement with. So when I go forward, front foot moves first, back foot follows. When I move back foot is going to move first, front foot is going to follow. Now notice also, when I move, I'm only taking a small step. So if I step 2 to 3 inches with the front foot, the back foot's going to move 2 to 3 inches, okay? So don't overstep. Don't take a big step, because again, you'll look like this. You're going to be out of position. It's going to be very hard to recover. You commit, and then you're rooted into the ground. Very difficult to fight like this. Also, if I'm here, and I take a step with the front foot, and then I take a big step with the back again, my positioning, I'm way out of position to throw punches, to defend myself, because I'm standing straight up, okay? Which is very difficult to do, especially in the fight game. So again, you got to really watch that footwork. So again, as I move forward, front foot moves first, back foot follows. As I move back foot moves first, front foot follows. And I'll do that from the side. So front, back, back. Good. Just follow me. Front, back, back. That's it. It's nice and relaxed. It's like you're taking a nice, easy walk. Don't go too quick. I want your body to feel it. Get used to that movement. And again, keep that flex in your knees. Keep those hands up. Keep your chins down. Nice. Couple more times. Front, back one more time. Front and back. Okay? So that's forward movement. We're going to do some lateral movement, or moving from left to right, right to left. Using, again, reference of the clock. I want you to think about 9 and 3 o'clock out to the sides. Again, keep your hands up, your chins down. So remember your posture. Always check yourself in the mirror. Make sure your posture is good as you go through this, okay? We're going to move to your left first. So I'm going to take a step with my left foot. And remember, if I take a step with my left, right foot should follow. And again, it's only going to move the same amount of distance my left foot did. Now, if I'm going to go back to my right side, right foot first, left foot follows. So left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, good, right, left, keep it up, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, one more time, left, right, right, left. Perfect. So basically, moving forward, moving back, okay, moving side to side. All right, so those are just some basic angles. All right, so we're going to start there. And again, we're going to be adding on as we go. But again, it's very important to get the basics down before you move on to the rest of the footwork. So remember, as I move forward, front foot, as I move back back foot. If I move left, left foot. If I move right, right foot. Also, I said earlier, there are some things can be broken. Okay, these are rules, or we can bend them a little bit. As we progress, I will show you other ways to do different footwork that, again, is going to lead you to a little better movement in your feet, and that you can get in and out a little better. So again, just bear with us as you guys go along. You'll learn as we go, obviously. All right, so let's go. Let's move on. Hand or punches. We'll go to punches. The first punch we're going to learn is a jab. Again, remember, our hands are up, chins are down. When you jab, it's very important you understand your power is not this. This is just the end result. You know, it's the arm, you know, the fist. End result. The movement starts from the bottom up. So we want to utilize the floor. You can see how I'm really pushing and rotating my hips. So I want to make sure that I'm rotating my hips. If my weight is 50-50 now, as I go forward, now I'm about 60-40. What I'm doing is shifting my weight. That's going to give me more power, and it's going to give me better extension through the punch, okay? If I was to stay back, you know, I'm not going to go anywhere, nor am I utilizing the power which I built from the floor up. So I'm going to use that power from the floor up, shift those hips, extend, and let that punch go, okay? So as I do that, I want to breathe. Make sure you're breathing from your gut, not from your chest. If you've watched the boxing match, you might hear or but regardless of what it is, those guys are breathing. There's no way you can do this to put out that kind of energy and not breathe. So again, it's very important to breathe from your gut. It's going to give you more energy, more power, and not only that, if someone was to hit you in the midst of you throwing a punch and you don't breathe properly, if you had the wind knocked out of you before, you know what I'm talking about. So again, make sure you're breathing. As you throw your jab, again, make sure the weight shifts forward. I'm going to turn it over. I want you to think about hitting with that center knuckle, right dead center. So as you throw your punch, notice as it extends, my fist turns over. Notice it's flat. It's not turned up. It's not turned down. My wrist is not bent. So again, it's very important. We want to make a nice straight line. If you are hitting something, if you have a heavy bag, I suggest putting wraps on. Definitely wearing gloves, but also with wraps. So again, protect your joints. It's easy to hurt your joints if you hit improperly, especially if you're hitting a heavy bag or something that has some weight. So again, be safe with that. And again, we'll go through those things later. Again, I'll set up a heavy bag and I'll kind of go through some basics as we get there. For now, jab. We're going to shoot a jab. Everybody knows where the nose is. If you have a mirror, look in the mirror. I want you to shoot a jab, hit yourself directly in the nose. Don't forget to breathe. Shift that weight. And here we go with me. This is your jab. Ready? Jab. 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 Notice as I jab, the hand goes out. It retracts right back where it started. Okay? So don't jab. Don't drop it down. Don't start down here. I want you to go ahead and keep them up and then shoot it right from where it is. Again, jab. And again, notice my breathing. Jab. 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 Nice. Now we're going to go to number 2. That's your cross. So 1 is the jab. 2 is your cross. Notice how I'm rotating and pivoting off my backside. Very important. Again, remember that power starts from the floor up. So we want to utilize the floor. If I don't rotate those hips, that's going to be mainly arms, shoulders, okay? Power starts from the ground up, so utilize it, okay? Not only that, if I'm not rotating, you can see that my fist, that's as far as I can go. I can't extend too much further. But if I rotate, look at the difference there. Huge difference. Not only that, by rotating, you can see my shoulder and my chin, they are literally touching. What that's going to do also, when I throw that right hand or that 2, if he decides to counter with a hook, my shoulder is there to help protect my chin. If I shoot it and my chin is not down, lights out, baby. So again, make sure that as you shoot that right hand, you're driving off that right foot. I'm going to shoot it right down the pipe, okay? So I'm really getting a good extension. I'm hitting through the target. So your right hand, boom, I'm going to blast it out there in a nice straight line. Again, don't raise the elbow. Don't drop it down before you throw it. Just drive off the back foot, let it go. So number 2, cross. Ready? Cross. Cross. Hit yourself in the nose. Cross. 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 Keep that left hand up so you're not doing this. Cross. 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 Once more. Cross. Nice. Now let's put together a cross or jab cross combo or 1-2. Again, when I throw my jab cross combo, hands need to stay up. Okay? Keep them up. Make sure, take your time, use that floor. Feel that floor. Don't just go 1-2. Okay? We want to make sure that we're punching through the target. So 1-2, put some energy behind it. Let that body work along with it. So hands up, 1-2. Ready, go. 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 Good. Go. 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 Once more. Go. Nicely done. Okay? If you are using, like I said, weights, be careful you don't lock out. Okay? And again, we're going to utilize that later, but some of you guys I know are more advanced, and you might want to amp it up a little bit. Just be careful if you are using weights, you're not locking those elbows so you don't put any undue force on your elbows and cause tendonitis or bursitis. So just be careful with weights. All right, moving on. We're going to utilize that jab cross, and we're going to do a 1-2-1-2, literally, just like it sounds. Jab cross, okay? Now, what we're going to also do is add that pendulum step back in now. Okay, remember earlier we did it from the square position, but now we're going to do it from our boxing on guard position. You're doing the exact same thing. Keep that lead shoulder, lead leg forward, and I'm just going nice and relaxed in the knees, just back and forth. So remember, as you shift that weight, it needs to be going forward, that force. So you need to understand, if I'm going back, my weight needs to shift forward before I can throw those punches. Otherwise, I'll be here. So make sure you, when you're doing your in and out, boom, boom, the weight is going forward as you deliver those punches, okay? Now, there are some great fighters, like Muhammad Ali can fight going back. A lot of good fighters can, but it's very difficult based upon your feet, how you rotate those hips. So again, we want to make sure we get those things done. So again, hands up, chins down. Next combination is 1-2-1-2. Again, I have a 30-second clock. I'm going to call them out. We're going to go for 30 seconds. Here we go. And go. 1-2-1-2. Good. And then right back to that pendulum step. Go. Right back to that pendulum step. Go. Right back to that pendulum step. Go. Footwork. Go. Go. Nice. Hands up. Go. Go. This next 30 seconds, we're going to continue to throw those 1s and 2s for punch outs. 30 seconds, 1s and 2s. Punch them out. Again, little turn from the waist with each punch. There you go. Keep those hands up. Turn those punches over. Nice and relaxed. Good. Keep it going. Good, and time. Nice. Shake them out. Good job. All right. Moving on. So now we have some footwork. We know some punches. And now let's go to a little defense. Bobbing and weaving. Bobbing and weaving is just ducking, or almost like squatting. The only difference is we are still set up in a boxing stance. We're going to move lateral, meaning 9 and 3 o'clock. In this particular sense, I don't want you to go forward and back. That's different. I'm not saying you can't do it. Right now, I don't want you to. I want you to go side to side or laterally. Again, 9 and 3 o'clock. So make sure, as I do this, I'm going 9 and 3 o'clock. So I'm going to stay in the pocket, so to speak. So if someone throws a punch at me, and I decide I want to roll back, now I have to re-engage, okay? But if I want to throw counter punches and I want to stay in the pocket, when I roll underneath, now I'm here to fire back, okay? Versus disengaging and then engaging again. Now you can do that, that's no problem. But as a counter puncher, I'm going to stay in that pocket, make them miss, and then I want to make them pay for it, okay? So as we do our bob and weave, I want you to think squat. I want you to think lateral movement. So I'm going side to side. Keep those hands up. Bend and roll from the waist. So I'm not just going to bend here, but I'm actually rolling and rotating the waist. I'm rolling and rotating the waist. So remember, I got a punch coming at me. I want to go underneath it, okay? I want to feel like I'm literally getting a haircut. I can't get much more one, but I want to feel like I'm literally going to feel that punch just kind of brush my head. So as far as I need to go, I don't need to go way down low, okay? It's kind of a waste of motion, waste of energy. I mean, you can do it, no big deal, as long as you don't get hit. So all I need is just to get out the way. Small movement, utilize the legs, roll from the waist. Okay, so here we go. Hands stay up, and yes. Keep that back knee from rotating in. Really push it out. It's like if you were doing a squat. You don't want your knees to come in. We want to push them out. So keep that knee pressed out. Stay on the ball of your back foot and just roll. Let's go through the bell. Down and up. Come on, pick up that pace. Let's go now. Down and up. Feel like someone's throwing a punch at your head. Chin down, eyes up, hands up. And time. Nice job. Shake those legs out. Now you can sit down there and do that for a couple of minutes. Man, I tell you, it's a great leg burner as well. So again, you got to have strong body, strong mind. So, we got to work on everything, obviously. It's important, especially in the fight game. Okay, so let's move on. So now we got a 1-2 jab cross. We know what the pendulum step is. We know what the bob and weave is. So let's put together some combos, okay? So from here, get in your boxing stance. Give me a little pendulum step now. We're gonna start 30-second intervals. Bell's gonna ring. I'm gonna shoot the jab for 30 seconds. Just follow along with me. I'm gonna shoot the cross for 30 seconds. Just follow along with me. 1-2. 1-2, 1-2. Punch outs. Bobbing and weaving. Okay? So we're gonna go through everything we just did. Here we go. Hands up, chins down. Jab. 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 Jabs. Keep that right hand up. Jabs. Don't drop that left. Keep it up nice and high. Jabs. Jabs. Keep that footwork going. Jabs. And again, weight shifts forward. Jabs. Weight shifts forward. Jabs. 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 Nice and relax. Jabs. 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 Good. Number 2. It's your cross. Ready? Cross. Right back to that footwork. Don't forget to breathe. Cross. Nice. Cross. 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 Let that arm come right back where it started. Even if you double up on our right hand, don't go like that. Here, it comes back. Let it go again. Double up on that 2. Good. Double up on that 2. There you go. 1-2. Hit yourself in the nose. 1-2. Go. Go. Nice. Keep those hands up. Go. Go. Hands up. Chins down. Go. 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 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right back to your footwork. Nice. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Shoe shine. Punch outs. Let's go. Punch, 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 punch. Get it going. Punch, 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 punch. Tap those toes. Punch, 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 punch. Chins down, hands up. Punch, 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 punch. Keep it going. There we go. A little quicker. Finish to the bell. Finish to the bell. Finish to the bell. Keep going. Finish to the bell. Good. Bob and weave. Right to it. Let's go to work. Use those legs. Let's speed it up just a little bit. Again, roll underneath. And time. Good job. Nicely done. We're packed. So we'll continue. We'll add on little by little. Keep coming back. Remember, a little bit all the time. And again, y'all, be safe, be healthy. Do your social distancing. Be wise in your actions. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.